You guys, we just got back from a Dream Life adventure in Destin, Florida. It's nothing like heading into a hurricane to have self care. Isn't that kind of like the theme of life? Where we have to go through the storm to get to the good stuff. But Destin was actually beautiful. There was no hurricane in Destin. In fact, if there was no news, we wouldn't have no idea that there were any problems in Destin. And so there were 9 of us at this event. And I get asked a lot, what are the things you think about when you're hosting a retreat? And what I love about Dream Life Coaching is that coaches get to come to all of the retreats at wholesale price. And so, as a coach, whether it's your first year or you've, come again to a second one, you get wholesale price. And then the second thing that happens, the first retreat you experience, and then as if you come back to another one, you actually get a chance to lead and facilitate. And I think that's so stinking special because the more you actually coach, right? The more you lead, the more you do the things, the more confident you'll get. And so we get pictures of you leading, you get a chance to prepare that segment and facilitate it for us and get feedback from the group. So it's really, really special. And so the girls at this retreat, and you often in this group, tell me that you want to learn how to host retreats, and you want to host retreats for your team and or your clients. And so if you have ever, I'm going to share this into the group real quick. If you have ever wanted to host a retreat, or maybe you have hosted a retreat and you're curious to get some insider tips, I've been hosting retreats and events for like 15, 20 years, then this is the podcast for you. Comment retreat in the comments and let me know that this is you. Certainly, if you've got any questions, then feel free to post them in the comments as well, and I'll go through those too. So today I'm going to share with you my top 3 tips for hosting powerfully effective retreats. And this could go for really any event, but I'm going to hone in on specifically retreats where it's a smaller group. You have all day, and the idea is to leave with clarity, passion, motivation, connection, etc. So the first tip for retreats is, Jackie said she's hosting a retreat in January. Perfect. This is a great conversation. And I'd love to hear more about what you're up to as well. So the first thing to think about is your schedule. You want to have time blocked in for fun, laughter, right? Connection, community, downtime, and your exercises and your adventuring or fun activities. And so it can be a lot in a day to do all of it. And so one of the things that we do is we start with our meditation or movement in the morning. We get our blood flow. We kind of have a session in the morning, and then we have downtime. Because again, part of the retreat is the connection, and then the connection happens in the downtime. And so the downtime slots in your schedule are where the clients and retreat guests get to mingle and hang out by the pool or go for a walk in the beach, and they get to talk and ask each other questions. And I often say the aha moment sometimes happens in the hot tub, right? It's not always in the scheduled sessions. It's sometimes in the chit-chatting and brainstorming with each other, on a different part of the time. So we've got downtime slotted, but we also have intentional exercise slotted. So exercises for me means Dream Life exercises, a meditation, a growth-focused activity, an introspection, a dream thing, like where we're going through a Dream Life exercise. And so we do them in the morning, we do them kind of sporadically throughout the day, and then we do them at night. And then sporadically throughout the day is downtime. And then sporadically throughout the day is our one activity. So we do one activity a day because, again, drive time getting there, drive time home, having like some rest time for people that, want to take a nap or rest or relax. If it's too busy, then we don't have the time to integrate what we're learning. And so we often leave around 10 a.m. and then come back by 3. And so they have from 3 to 6, again, downtime to do what they want to do. Rest, go for a walk on the beach, take pictures, lay out by the pool, chit chat with each other. And during that time is when I do what's called burning questions with Denise. And so they get one-on-one time that they schedule throughout the downtime from 3 to 6. And so again, we're in bed usually by 10. It's not like loud and crazy. One night we stayed up till midnight, but there's also laughter scheduled in. So at the beginning of the retreat, we have a get to know you game, tons of laughter there. At the end of the event, we have a dream dinner. We pretend like it's 5 years from now. We've accomplished all our goals, like exclamation point. On the weekend, some surprises happen throughout. And so the schedule, like we've kind of brought it into a well-oiled machine. We've got exercises throughout. We've got downtime slotted, and we do one activity a day. Now, the activities that I have chosen, the first one is typically a hike because it's free and it's something they can do on their own, right? It's getting into nature. It's something they can duplicate back at home. We had a lot of girls say, oh my gosh, there's a trail. I've never been to it. Oh my gosh, I should take my dogs for a walk more often. Oh my gosh, I should get how can we bring this peace back into the home? And then the second day is more of an adventure. So we've done whitewater rafting, we've done helicopter rides. This time we did parasailing. We've done monkeys in Costa Rica. We have we've just done a lot of different things throughout the retreats, and that is why people keep coming back, because it's always a little bit different. Even if the itinerary is similar, the exercises can be different, the people that are there are different, and the the activities are often different. The second thing I'll talk about with schedule is your theme. And so each retreat, we have a different theme. We have a different color. This time it was pink. So they all got these mugs that say Dream Life and pink shirts and a journal and things like that are all woven into the theme. And we've done lots of different themes throughout the season. This year was anchor. And we talked a lot about being anchored and grounded, and how when we have those deep roots and we're kind of dug in, then we can weather the storm. There's a lot of different, we've done Eye of the Storm, we've done Soar, we've done lots of different themes throughout the year. And that really tailors the journal questions and my little spiels in between, during the exercises. So that helps to weave things in too. The other thing that we do is the Dream Life coaches get to facilitate, and they have such an amazing experience leveling up in their leadership. And so if there's a way that you can, if you've got repeat guests or somebody that you're working with, a client, maybe there's a way to elevate them, right? Maybe there's a way to have them support, help out, learn, grow. So for me, it's a way that people keep wanting to come back, because not only are the retreats a little bit different, they're always connective. They're always so fun. They're always releasing, you leave lighter with a clear vision and motivation, etc. And you get a chance to facilitate and lead, which is really special. So Alicia said, so good. Pamela said, loved the retreat. So grateful I could go. Yeah, it's like you need a retreat at least once in your calendar each year, just a space to listen to yourself, recalibrate, and leave with a game plan. All right. So the first tip was schedule. Let's think through your schedule. Let's have scheduled downtime, scheduled exercise time, scheduled activity time. Okay. The second thing you want to think about is all the 5 senses. So Alicia has been my event planner and has been participating with these events since the beginning, even prior to Dream Life Coaching. And we always think through the 5 senses that people are going to experience. So we have music, Spotify playlist that levels up the vibe, right? So we have one list for when they're coming in and when it's breakfast and it's like lighthearted and fun. And then we have another list for when it's more exercise time and we're getting introspective and maybe more meditation music and quiet instrumental type stuff, right? So that playlist is always running in the background and people are always complimenting it. They're like, "Ooh, I love this song. Ooh, that's a good one," right? And so having the music going, that's one sense that is impactful. The other thing is we have essential oils. Like not everybody notices this, but we have essential oils on every floor where it's just the smell, right? It's that calming, it's sometimes orange and that's electric. And that essential oil, again, is connecting to every sense. Touch are the gifts, the gifts that they get that they can physically take home to remember the event that they went to. Physical touch is an important piece of not just having fun while you're there, but being reminded about the experience when you get home. And that's a piece of it, you guys, right? We don't just want to have fun that 4 days. We want it to actually shift us so it takes us in a new trajectory in our life. So we've got smell, what is it? Hearing, physical touch, and then sight would be the beautiful space. We are really intentional with the houses that we choose and the locations that we choose that there have this wow factor of like, oh my gosh, like I'm in a dream world, right? There, it's beautiful. We choose Destin because it is the sunrise and the sunset in the over the ocean. It's beautiful. We saw the sunrise twice this weekend. We do Costa Rica because again, like you're wowed. Your sight is wowed by the beautiful house. You're kind of taking it all in, and so thinking about all the five senses. So what is that? Sight, touch, hearing, which is music. What am I missing? Smell. I'm missing one, I feel like. Or maybe it's four senses. Either way, your senses, all of the different senses. You want to think through those. And then the third strategy or the third tip for having a powerfully effective retreat is for strategy, like taste. Oh yeah, there you go, Pamela. Thank you. I'm like, I'm missing one. So good food. We have all of the food that is included in the retreat once they get there, and Alicia helps to prepare it again. So like delicious, good, healthy meals. We do choose to make a lunch and take it with us often. So because if you think through, like restaurants can take a while and can be an added expense. So we typically take a lunch and do more of a picnic lunch, like after whitewater rafting or after our hike, because it allows us to, again, connect without spending another hour or two on an activity, right? Okay, so Pamela has a tip. Leave room in your bag to pack the goodies you bring home. Truth. They got a lot of different gifts sprinkled throughout the weekend. And yes, we want to think through that. I should have that be like a line item in the prep pack. Leave room for anything you might get at the retreat. All right. Tip 3 for a powerfully effective retreat is the strategy. You want to think through, what is the goal of this event? Why are we coming here? And so the coaches that come to retreats are coming for two different reasons. Number one, they're coming to be filled up themselves. They're coming to release their own junk. They're coming to break through their own personal glass ceiling. So they're coming to learn coaching skills so that they can not only be the best coach possible personally, like be themselves, but also so they can learn how to coach others. So for our purposes, coaches come to be filled and to learn how to be an awesome coach, right? And so I often say we see and then do. So we duplicate it, we experience it, and then we can duplicate it. But the second thing is they're also coming to talk business strategy. They're coming to talk marketing. They're coming to talk launch plans. They're coming to take tons of pictures, like assets for their business that they can post on Instagram for the next year, get headshots. Like there's a lot of, there's like specific reasons why people come to a Dream Life adventure: to be an excellent coach, which means breaking through their own stuff, and experiencing those exercises so they can then duplicate it with others, but then also to learn the marketing and strategy behind what goes into building a coaching business. And so we try to weave that in too, which is why we do the burning questions, so people can talk and walk through their own strategy, their own launch plan. They leave with a game plan. And when you are fueled up, right, when you are motivated, when you're excited about what you have your hands on, and then you have a game plan for execution, like, this is why so many amazing things happen after retreats. We've had people write books after retreats. We've had people launch their businesses, like, finally, right, after retreats. We've had people finish what they start after their retreat because they're juiced up. And now they also have the accountability of that small group of people who were there too. And that small group is checking in. That small group is saying, how's it going? What's going on? Tell me how it is. And we meet as a coaching community twice a month to again say, what's going on? What questions do you have? Do you have any sticking points? Did you finish what you said you were going to? And guess what? So much more happens when you're in that small group and have accountability. And so I know for me, I love having retreats on my calendar a few times a year for in-person connection with the coaches, but also for me. Right? Like, I love getting filled up at these events. I love laughing until my stomach hurts and tears are coming down my eyes. I love leaving like motivated and connected and with a game plan and with tons of pictures and marketing assets that we can use for quite a while. And so we do have the doors are now open for our next event, which is in Costa Rica next March. If you are interested in learning a bit more, comment retreat in the comments, and I'll share with you the Costa Rica details. It is for those that want to become coaches. You get to come to these events at wholesale price. So if you've been dreaming or thinking about becoming a Dream Life coach and really getting your business started in 2025, let's talk, because you need to come to Costa Rica, and that event is in March. I think this one is Monday to Friday, the second week of March. We stay at a house right on the black sand beach. It's like a private house. We have a private chef. We have they take us everywhere. So like a driver that takes us to all of our excursions. And then 2 doors down is a pool and a restaurant. And it's like the most fun, beautiful thing ever. You leave shifted. And it doesn't always need to be a flip of the switch, like a huge aha moment. Sometimes it is, but sometimes it's just that little 1% shift that takes you in a completely new direction. And now you've got a tribe of girls who are excited to partner with you and hold you accountable to making it happen. So let me know if you're interested in the Costa Rica retreat. We've got 5 spots left. So 5 have been filled. We've got 5 spots left, and I'd love it for it to be you. So let me know what thoughts or questions you have about hosting retreats. Schedule, senses, and strategy are my 3 top tips today for hosting a powerfully effective retreat where people leave changed. And it happens every time. It's so amazing to watch. All right. Well, thank you to all of you who are here live. Thank you to those who came to Destin. It was so special. It was a really, really special group. And I cannot wait to see the catapulting that happens after this last weekend. So have an amazing, amazing day, you guys, and we'll see you next week.